But first at 5, here we go again.
Countdown to shutdown. This time around, the fate of thousands of federal workers could be on the line. Good evening to you, everyone. I'm Natasha Brown.
And I'm Yuki Washington. With just 7 hours left until a critical midnight deadline, it's looking more and more likely the government is headed for a shutdown tonight. This will be the first D.C. stalemate since December of 2018, and that one lasted 35 days.
And here is what a shutdown could possibly look like. Hundreds of thousands of federal workers will face the threat of mass layoffs. Many more will go without a paycheck, including active duty military. Also among the first impacts, the FDA may even stop inspections. Flights might be delayed because of staffing shortages, and national parks and monuments could go unstaffed. CBS Philadelphia's Dan Snyder is on Independence Mall with that part of our story tonight. But we begin with Liz Crawford and the immediate crisis facing so many families right here in this area. Liz.
Well, if a shutdown occurs, people who receive SNAP benefits, formerly known as food stamps, and WIC benefits, which are for pregnant women and babies, could be impacted depending on how long the shutdown lasts. So let's talk SNAP benefits first. Nearly 500,000 people in Philadelphia alone receive benefits from the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program every month to feed their families. Now, based on what's happened during other government shutdowns, experts say SNAP recipients will receive their payments for the first month. If a shutdown goes beyond 30 days, states could have to step up with contingency plans, or we could see delays in benefits. Now, those who receive benefits from the program for women, infants, and children could feel the impact sooner. The WIC program provides benefits for food and baby formula, and in Pennsylvania, it's almost completely reliant on federal funds.
But for WIC, the difficulty here is when there's a threat of a government shutdown, or as in the case a handful of years ago, the federal government did shut down for about 35 days. You know, we do see that is going to have an impact to programs.
Now, I've been on the phone with people all day. It is unclear if and when benefits could be disrupted for SNAP and WIC recipients, and whether states could offer temporary funds to offset the delays. For now, though, the advice from people all across our area: continue to use your SNAP and WIC benefits as usual. We'll keep asking those questions, Natasha and Yuki.
All right, Liz, appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Federal employees will be the ones that see the most immediate impact. CBS Philadelphia's Dan Snyder joins us now with that angle of the story. Dan?
Yuki, Natasha, good evening to you both. You know, federal workers here at Independence Mall and elsewhere, many of them have gone through shutdowns before. They've dealt with the furloughs. They dealt with working while not receiving pay and still trying to pay their bills. But this year is a little different, as the administration now says it may outright lay off many federal workers. According to a memo from the White House Office of Management and Budget, it told agencies to consider reduction in force notices, basically layoffs at the federal level, if a shutdown comes to pass. According to the memo, layoffs could be considered for programs and projects where discretionary funding stops October 1st and in programs that are, quote, not consistent with the president's priorities. Federal data shows there are about 34,000 federal workers in the Philadelphia area. We spoke with union leaders on this today.
It should be based on efficiency and productivity, not based on whim and retaliation and anger at some political party. They should never, federal employees should never be a political football, and they have been way too many times.
Now, it's unclear at this point when any of these reduction in force notices could go out, which agencies could be impacted. President Trump was asked about this outside the White House earlier today. He said, quote, "We may do a lot." As for those furloughs, CBS News is reporting that at least 494,000 federal workers could face furloughs that start as soon as tomorrow if this shutdown takes effect. Live at Independence Hall, Dan Snyder. We'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Dan. And we also want to put this out there. Some parts of the federal government will continue to operate. That means Social Security checks would still go out. It's the same story with unemployment benefits. The State Department will continue to issue passports and visas. National Weather Service forecasters will report to work. Homeland Security, ICE, and border agents will remain on their job, as will the VA.